This is your space to listen, learn, and connect. Talk with Blaq. Your space to express yourself. Delve into meaningful conversations. Talk with Blaq.
Women are born at the top of the mountain. Men are born in the valleys around it. A man is judged on how high he climbs. A woman is judged on how far she falls. Men have much to gain. Women have much to lose. A man has to prove his worth. A woman has to preserve her worth. Masculinity is built and femininity is preserved.
Welcome to Talk with Blaq. I am Blaq. And today we are looking and trying to unpack the boy child in South Africa. There are a lot of issues that we come across as men that we acquired when we were still children. So today, listening to that video, gentlemen, did you hear what they said?
Yeah, we did.
What's your opinion? Who wants to go first? Let's go with the guest. Buthelezi.
Yes, sir. No, what they said is true, and there's a lot of things that need to be unlearned from our side as men and the society. They need to learn, unlearn, and relearn.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Baloyi.
Yeah, I also say there's a lot of learning that needs to happen. And there should be a balanced structure between, male and female. And I think that can, assist us as men and as women in the society.
I've got a feeling that as men and as grown men today, we were not given the tools to live in a new world. How we were raised is that we were raised in a world, or in the previous world, where being strong is the virtue. And I find that today, being strong is actually a curse word. What do you guys think about that? It moves with times. And we have not been given an opportunity to move with times. Because if you check our grandfathers and our fathers, they were living in a certain time, and that where the strong man was a virtue, the strong man was the thing. But when you come now, we don't need it at this point of time. So we don't move with the time as people. Yeah. So we need to learn how to move with the times. All right.
Yeah, I think we need to move with the times. Times are changing. As a society, I think we also need to be educated, especially with the newer children, with what we watch and what we see. Obviously, it won't be the same as the past. No. So we need to educate. And as men, I believe that, we should actually be present in a way that we understand, everything that happens, around our society and the children around us. Yeah.
There you have it. Today, South Africa, or today, Africa, or today, world, we are unpacking the state of the boy child in South Africa. That's Talk with Blaq today. And let's get to it. Je m'appelle Blaq. As usual, South Africa, I don't walk alone. I walk with a group of men, proud black men. And these men are fathers. And on my left, I have Mr. Buthelezi, Mpumelelo Buthelezi, the CEO of Boys Mentorship SA.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Talk to Blaq.
Let us talk.
Let us talk. Brothers, let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay, brother, talk. Uban, who are you?
Okay, my name is Mpumelelo Buthelezi.
Yes, sir.
From an organization called Boys Mentorship South Africa, where we groom, nurture, and lead young men.
Yes.
Help them to become better men and the fathers of the future. That's what we do.
All right. And on to my right, Mr. Producer, Mr. Big Man himself.
Yeah, man.
Ronnie Baloyi.
Yes, man, yeah.
The father and the musician.
Yeah.
Give us a breakdown who you are, sir.
Yeah, I'm a music producer, style influencer, but most importantly is I'm a family man.
Hold on. Style what?
Style influencer.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
man. Yeah, as men, we need to dress the way we would want to be addressed. That's my logo, and that's how it is. Yeah, but I'm a music producer, and man, I'm here, man, to talk with Blaq, and let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes, man. All right, gentlemen, let's talk. And you work with young people, and you've seen some things. Tell me what's going on in the field, to lack of a better word. What's going on with our young people? Where are we lacking? Where are we going? Or are there any surprises?
Of course. Okay, let me just put it this way. Any problem that we see in the society, any problem that we have, that we call it as a national problem. So we need to understand it. A problem starts in the family, goes to the society, and to the nation. So what is happening, let me put it this way, all the problems we have in South Africa, we only have two problems. All other problems, drugs, abuse, everything, these are the result of two problems. The first problem, we don't have homes, which is families.
Okay.
The second problems, we don't have fathers.
We're going to unpack that part a bit. Why we don't have homes? Why are the fathers not present? But Kulum.
Yes. So the lack of homes, the lack of fathers, it gives us all these results. Because a home is a place where you train the child. And the father is the person that need to give a child an identity, that need to train the child, that need to give the baton to the next generation. If this person is absent, and this young man that is growing, nobody's showing him where he's to go, nobody's telling him who is he, there's no template for him. As I'm growing to be a man, even the definition of a man, you cannot define the man. And another question, what defines a man to be a man?
Tell us, Baloy, do you have a definition? You are a man now. Do you know what is a man? Because that's a difficult one. What is being a man? What is a man? When you say ngindota, I'm a man.
There's different perspectives, Some are from the culture based. Some are on the...
That's also a very big aspect of this thing.
Some are from the society based, But from my perspective or opinion, I think being a man is, being responsible, responsibility to your family. And being part of the part of the responsibility is being there, but not just being there, but with educating and, assisting, emotionally, not only,
basically.
Not only financially, because I know as men, or black men rather, we believe that, loving or taking care of your children is just finances.
Yeah.
But no, there's the emotional side. I believe, you can't be a man.
Remember when we started, I spoke about the softness that we were not taught.
Yes.
As was Tinalo.
Yeah.
Was good to Baba, let Baba.
Yes.
And Baba let the kids.
Everybody's running away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to unpack, man. But being a man, has a lot of aspects. But for me, it's being there, being responsible, and taking care of your family, be it education, be it emotional, be it everything. Even, as we speak, we need to go with the times, educate our children, and be there and don't be harsh as the past without understanding.
Shank.
Yes, sir.
Quebec.
Okay, first let me just define a man. In my point of view, there's a male. A male is natural. We were born males.
Yeah.
So a man is a male that has been empowered.
A male is a man that has been empowered.
A man is a male that has been empowered.
Yeah.
So
that's deep.
Yeah. When I'm born as a male child, I need to be empowered to become a man. So that's where the role of a family comes in. To empower me to become
the man.
Why should I become? So that I can win. What should I win? Win in my relationship, win in my family, win in my business, win in everything I'm doing. So we need to become first so that I can win in everything
I go in life. So a man is a male that has been empowered.
Okay. Now that we know that, right?
Yes, sir.
We've seen that men today are disempowered.
Yes.
What's going on? Where is that coming from?
It's historical.
Yes.
When you look into it, back, fathers, they needed to leave home to go to Johannesburg to work.
The migrant system, just like us.
System, exactly. So you have left your children. You see them once or twice a year. Your children, they grow up without knowing you. The only template they have of a father is the father provide shelter, the father provide food, and the father provide to go to school. So that's what they see that the father is doing. So as a man or as a male child that is growing up, when I reach the time of becoming a father, what I've learned from my father is not around. And the only thing I provide, shelter, food, go to school, that is it. Secondly, when you look at it before, when our forefathers, there was a partnership between a mother and a father. Because a father, his responsibility was to go out and look for something to be eaten, to provide for the family. Brought it at the house. The mother cooked it, prepared the meal.
She made the home.
Made the home.
Yeah.
The father built the house, the mother make it a home.
Okay.
So that was a partnership. So a man, the role of a man, the value of a man, the identity of a man, all these things were linked to the responsibilities of a man.
Empowerment.
So
the boys today are not empowered.
Yes.
Baloyi, why are our boys not empowered?
I think families, there's a bit of issues with families. Families are not there. I believe there are children or boys rather that are born not in a family structure,
single homes.
But being said, also not having men who are father figures also around them. So
you spoke about responsibility.
Yes,
there are men that are not responsible for their children.
Yeah, so that becomes a problem, and we don't empower. The boys. And what Sir spoke about, previously being disadvantaged, with the
migrant system, migrant labor system.
Yes, so that causes a lot of issue. I've actually experienced that with my father. His father, my grandfather, was in Johannesburg while he was taking care of his siblings in the village.
Your father was taking care of your brothers and
of his brothers,
brothers and sisters and their children.
Yes, and my grandfather could come like once a year with my grandmother while they're still working the side, and you could see that there was no empowerment. But my dad realized that, but I also realized that there's some things we don't speak about. There's no empowering coming to me because of those issues. So
let me throw something in there.
Yeah.
Before, with all the disadvantages that were there, but men were empowered. Men knew their responsibilities. Yes. What's wrong with our boys now? We see the prevalence of drugs. Yes. These boys are doing drugs. We see that these boys abasajol nokjol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like you find them sitting
Yeah.
They don't want to work. Let's call a spade a spade. And then when they do look for work, they are not preferred. Ufaga abomam, the girl child. The girl child, when she grows up and she's prepared for the world. Uyapekwa. Abonis ukuthi umfazi uyiphatha kanje.
Yeah.
And they play with dolls and they do all sorts of things so that they learn on how to navigate this soft world that we are in now.
Yes.
We're not capacitated to that. But back then we were able to make it even with those shortcomings. What's going on, manje madoda?
I-challenge futhi ileyo ukuthi, one, my child is my child. Is no more the child of the society. So before, even in my absence, the neighbor father taking care of my son. Take for instance, in my home, my father was working in my village. There were fathers that were not around. My father was treating me and all the neighbors' kids as his children.
Yes.
When he sees somebody's doing something wrong, he will beat the person. Because you are my child. So this thing of saying, my child is my child, I don't participate what is happening to my neighbor, none. The love, the oneness in the society is no more there. We are no more taking care of each other as a society. That leads to all these problems that we have. So if it's Buthelezi, it's Buthelezi. Don't bother my family. Even now, when you discipline a child, the mother will call you, listen, this is my child. Focus on your children. Now you ask yourself, okay, but it's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Now everybody said, okay, I'm focusing on my own only. Now, Ubuntu abseko. Abseko, okay, I am a father.
You know the sad thing when Buthelezi is this, né? We as black people, né? As Abantu, let me not say black people, because let me say we as Abantu are looking to assimilate a culture yabanye Abantu who are assimilating a culture yetu. Because when you look at how Indians live, that's basically our lifestyle. Bahlala bonke in one place, and they all work for one unit. They are trying the same system where Tina now, when you work, it's a nucleus family. It's no longer that
unity,
that big family that we used to have.
So a challenge. There were these gatherings that were done before. That will bring people together. When you grew up, we've got the Christmas tree, where the whole community will come together. So those gatherings were building a family structure to the whole society. So we knew which is Christmas today. We move all the houses eating. All the houses they will be cooking for everybody.
I still remember.
So that would come to the family. So that separation from family to family, and it divided the society. Now it's come to the point of which I am a man. One, I don't know my role in the family. I don't know my role in the society. And I will never know my role in the entire nation.
Send your lawyer, Pela Baloy. I mean, send your lawyer, Pela Maji. So I don't trust you with my children. So could that be the problem? Why Singasa Abantwana wako is it because what is a lawyer Namanje? We are too desperate.
It can be a contributing factor into it. But mostly, to me, it goes back to the knowledge. Remember, the wisest king, Solomon, said, there are three things you need to build a family. You need knowledge, you need understanding, and you need wisdom. When you break it down, what is knowledge? You talk about the information. What is understanding? It's what you have grabbed. Okay, I understand it.
What have you taken
out from it? And what is wisdom? Is an application of the knowledge that we have understood. So these things that we need to know. I'm taking this route. What is needed in this route? We have been failed by a lot of things. Let me tell you a funny example. Before you drive any car to go to the road, you need to go and learn and be satisfied to say, now we are qualified to use our road. But there is no school that will say, before you get to marriage, before you build a family, you need to learn how to build a family.
How to be a father, how to be a man.
How to be a man. And then we certify you. It's funny. You are being certified before learning.
But culturally, and I know KwaZulu, and I know even KwaSoshangani ukuthi when a man or when a boy now moves to becoming a man, there's a stage.
There are stages.
There are stages. Abanye baya entabeni, abanye bayolusa, abanye bayoluka emaXhoseni ukuthi emaXhoseni. Now, those processes were there to transition a boy into a man.
Yes.
Ne? Why are we failing now? Because we are failing these kids. That's messing up this structure besikhona. And it was working. There's got to be something that has taken off somewhere.
We have left what belongs to us. We rush to the things that are not of us.
Or we are assimilating abanye abantu.
Exactly. Angithi with development, with becoming better people, we looking to other people.
Is it better people or clever blacks?
Let me just say better people. So being educated, not being educated per se, but being better, we lose our own things. We take other people's things. If I want to imitate you, I will forget who am I. I think where we lost it is our identity.
Yes.
To say, I'm a Zulu guy. How Zulus does things.
So Shangan.
Yes, sir.
Fagapel now.
He touched it. We're adapting to this new culture, this new culture without knowing where we come from. And the problem is, I kulumwa lentole. Like, even with families. I'll go back to unity. There's no unity. It takes a village to raise a child. We don't have it anymore. Everyone is on his own.
I don't think she'll have me alloy.
No.
How am I going to trust you with my child?
Yeah, but I think as African men also, our unity, we don't have that anymore. We don't even trust each other.
Yeah.
We've taken a lot of things from the other world, I would say, and brought it into our homes. And I think also the other problem we would say is you understand? So you want to be better than this one, where we then miss the mark of us being united and growing our society and our culture. Yeah.
That one, that's the thing that kills us as black people.
Yes.
I was watching another TikTok. This American guy, he's a Nigerian, but he's now an American comedian.
Yeah.
He says that he goes to China with his friends, who's the criminal. And upon him getting to China, he looks at how organized these Chinese are and how they're moving. And he goes and talks to the boss. Everything is strict and everything is proper. And then the Chinese boss is like, and he's thinking, I've arrived. Hey,
yeah.
And the Chinese boss says, you know what, you black people, you are smart. You are talented. We copy you and everything, but you have one thing that you guys are lacking. You have no unity.
Yeah.
It is easy to defeat you guys.
Yes.
Because all I need to do is just mess up with you and the unity is gone. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because now I think I'm better than you. We are all friends, but I want to be the one who has more chankuras.
Exactly.
I want to be the one who you guys are my ice boy one. I mean, like,
it messes up the society a lot, man. And that's why we don't have time to actually look at the problem. We are seeing things that are just wasting our time, and we need to go back to that. And I think as African men, we need to have men conferences, man, where we speak these issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this thing was created to us from
boy.
Yeah, from the education side of it. You're competing for symbol A. So from the beginning, when you are growing up, you are my competitor. So we are not collaborating. So we are competing for a symbol A. So now if I get this symbol A, when you get symbol E, well, I'm better than you. So So the question would, do we see this was designed to destroy. Because, take for instance, a symbol A cannot determine my future. That I have got symbol C.
Okay.
Now, we've been shaped with, okay, we're better when because we've got symbol A. This one is not better, is a dumb person because we got symbol E. Then it gets into your head with, no, I'm an A student. And we put it, these are A students. So these are not, this one, or C, ban.
Let me put something else in there. And I hope you'll talk to this one. Girl children finish school. There are more girl children that finish school than there are boy children that finish school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? What happens to the kids? Abaqale nabo ku grade 1. Manje mase ku matric, half of the boys are no longer at school. Abaseko kulabo A. It's the girls abanabo A.
Abanabo A.
Tina Scoopy. Where are our boys?
It goes back to the family. One, the more attention is being put on a boy or on a girl child. Let me just put an example when you are growing up. When you are growing up, my sisters, they knew with 5 o'clock you are at home. I can come at home by 10 p.m.
No discipline. So the boys were not taught discipline.
From the beginning,
yes.
The more attention is on girls, being raised like a good child. But I had to do one thing at home. Bring the cows in time. After that, nobody cares what's happening about me. I can come by 10 p.m. It's okay, it's a boy. A boy will always be boys. You understand? So those things, nobody guide me, nobody telling me this is wrong, this is right. The discipline that has been put to a girl child, even they say, okay, if you don't do this, do this. But never said to me to yoba into danger if you do this and this and this. So now,
especially with us Xhosas, we have a saying that says, "Umudagwa wedwa une miss call," meaning you have a mental problem. You can't be drinking on your own and getting drunk, and that's the problem. Alcohol.
Mostly, and that question, it kamuga wrong. If a boy child did something wrong, uzoba into danger.
Or it's not a building statement
it's
for
not
us.
A building statement.
It's a how can we put it?
It's a questioning statement to say what kind of a man are going to be if you are behaving like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not a statement that says, okay,
this is how you need to go.
This you need to go. This needs to go. Take for instance, I'm working with the boys. One, most of the boys, they don't have fathers. One, ubaba geko. The boy is confused. But why I don't have a father? When we're in school, we're talking. My father bought me this. My father bought me this. So there are these talks that are coming when the boys are together. One does not know what has happened to his father. Secondly, the boy was not even there when men were empowered. This boy just being born now. And now it's okay.
And is raising himself.
Men, have power. We create programs. Let me just make an simple example. This is a boy does not have a father at home. He went to school. There are programs. He's not allowed to partake in the programs. They are meant for girls.
Yeah.
Question at home, where is my father? Go to school, I'm not given an opportunity. Now the boy is frustrated. Am I not accepted in this world?
Am I part of society?
Am I part of society? You go outside, your examples of a man are people who are drinking, are people who are doing this and this and this. The talks that are going on in the society. Men are trash, men are this, men are this.
Hey,
this young man, he is going to be a man. He see himself as a man. One day I got a call. One sister said, "Mpumelelo, can you come and talk to my son? Because that's what happened to him." He just posed a question, "Mama, am I a dog?" And the mother said, "What do you mean you're a dog? You always say men are dog, and I'm going to be a man."
One day.
So now, us as men, we are a mirror to the young men. Whatever is being said to us is being said to the young boys. No matter it's your boy, it's your child. The moment you point the fingers to a man, you behave like your father. You do this thing like this, and the conversations in the society, they shape the decision of those boys. If both they find them in the corner, okay, I don't even know where my father is. I don't know what is happening with me. No programs, nothing. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. The quest of the boys is to be loved, is to be accepted. Because they are not loved, they are not accepted. They don't feel, they don't belong.
We don't hug our boys.
Exactly. So they don't belong. So now, in that space of not belonging, that's where wrong people comes in, drug dealers, everybody. They know the pain of father they go to. No, boy, boy. Sit down with the boys. They've got a conversation with the boys. But even though is wrong, at least he's in my corner.
And he's recruited now.
Yeah. He's recruited now.
There
are a lot of things that are going underground that the society does not see. And we are the contributors as a society to those challenges.
Baloy?
Yes.
These boys that don't go to school, what do you think is happening to them? Because, like I said, Baqala bonke grade 1.
Yes.
Somewhere down the line, they keep falling off.
Yeah.
By the time they get to matric.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, Blaq. Abo mama, especially with girl children, bahamba ma society or churches for women conferences and things like that. And this is where they speak. So what I'm trying to say, abo mama, they're more open. Abantwana. And they might be going through something and they will speak to these children. So I think because our mama or the female side, they speak out when they have times and have these gatherings.
Yes.
You know, I've encountered that because I've went to women's conferences just, for doing some sound setups, and you could hear the conversations. They speak to the children how they should grow and how they should groom themselves. So with men on our side, I know it's very difficult. We're very, I don't know, it seems embarrassing to open up to situations.
That's why,
it doesn't make you
now. Brothers, we're
talking. Exactly. It doesn't make you manly to be there, pouring your heart out to Intwana, or Intwana coming to you. If Intwana comes with the problem, it's man, but you're not breaking it down. So, so then he then makes decision. Let me go to drugs, Let me have a group. Let me be a member of some sort. Let me start my cult or something like that to belong. But we're not tackling the problem. So that's what I think affects the boys when going up to school with, compared to the female children.
This is it's a difficult situation when it comes to raising our kids, because as much as we want to be better men, but if we're not taking care of these young ones, we're not going to get it right.
Exactly.
Because one day we are going to leave this place and they are going to inherit the country or the world. But who are we leaving it? From what you guys are telling me, it then goes into these boys going into being abusers because they don't belong anywhere. They are angry. And then, and they are being raised by women who are emotional. So basically, they are also very volatile, and then push you GBV, and we wonder why these young men are what they are.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like it's gonna be a hard one to talk to. But guys, the next question I want us to tackle is I wanted to talk the financial impact on our young boys. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We've spoken about the anger of boys.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about them coming out of school too early. And we've spoken about boys being left out.
Yeah.
Now, we know what programs are there for girls.
Yeah.
Do we have programs that are specifically designed for boys. I'll give you an example. There's a thing that is called Take a Girl Child to Work. That program. Bring a girl child to work. There's lots of drives that, with sanitary pads and all sorts of things that, basically try to make the girl's life as painless as possible in her journey through school.
Yeah.
Boys, do we have programs for boys? Or have you heard any programs?
From my side, to be honest, no, we don't. From my side, I haven't had any program.
You work at a school.
Yeah.
And in that school, and it's mostly boys.
Yes.
What programs do you have for these boys to make sure that they complete this thing?
Honestly, we don't.
There's nothing for us.
Honestly, we don't. But I don't know. Going back to the music production, I don't know if you know Chama Music. He started actually the conference for men.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's trying to do that.
Yeah.
But in our education system and where I grew up, even going back to the religion and church stuff, you don't see men conferences. It's mostly women.
Yeah.
So from my side, I can't think of one right now.
Oh, Mama Bumtandas.
Yeah.
Papa Bumtandas. Tell us on the streets when you are going about mentoring boys and talking to boys, what is government doing for us? Let's put the big brother in. What is government doing for us? For young men?
Okay, let me just start by saying this. There are 4 places that are supposed to groom a man.
Yes.
Okay. The first place is home. Home has failed because there is no father to groom men.
We've established that part.
We established that part.
They are missing in action.
But there is one thing that I want to add. Everybody has 3 fathers. Every child has 3 fathers. To recognize one father.
Who are the 2 other fathers?
Okay, the first father is the Heavenly Father.
Okay.
The second father is the spiritual father that can be a mentor, can be a malum nomabuban. So if a biological father fails you, a spiritual father with your mentor cannot fail you, definitely sure your Heavenly Father cannot fail you. The question, have you been introduced to these other 2 fathers?
Okay.
Or have they introduced themselves to you?
Okay.
So we need to reach a point of knowing Uguti, as a man in the society, I am a spiritual father for the boy in the society. So once we want to establish that, okay, fathers, they need to be in action, in helping the boys.
Yeah.
Then when you go to government, I cannot say programs. They call it programs, but they're event. Event is not a program.
Yeah.
We just do one thing for the day.
That's it.
That's it. Men, they're supposed to be raised at home. Home has failed. Men, they're supposed to raise in church. Church has failed. Men is supposed to be raised in the society. Society has failed. Now men, they are on sport.
Sport is also failing.
The sport is also failing. Because the sport, nobody's there with the programs to help them to become men. They've got the sport programs only. So that way Boys Mentorship South Africa comes in.
Okay.
To say we have recognized with all these places, they have failed to groom men.
Yeah, boy.
So we use sport as our channel to say we cannot find men at home, cannot find men in church, cannot find men in the society. We find men in the sport. So now we designed our programs in helping the boys, especially in football. I'm working with 10 football clubs.
Okay.
So what we do, we train our coaches to become mentors because a coach does not understand Uguti. He is a mentor.
And he's a father.
He's a father to these boys. There are cases that you find out one boy, in 3 months, he has played for 7 clubs. He changed one club to another club to another club. they know him as a troublesome boy. When you sit down with them, no, this boy is not looking for a coach to you. He's looking for a father figure. So coaches, they don't aware with their fathers to these kids. So when we step in as an organization, we've got a program that Coach My Coach. So where we run our seminars with coaches, how to prepare them to be fathers to them, to their boys. Because we find out a football team is got under 13, 15, and 17, 60 boys under one guy. That is their mentor. Most 30 of them, they even cut like him. He's a role model to him. So if he has a wrong message to these boys,
it's finished.
Which means 60 boys or 60 men are messed up because of the wrong message the guy has. So as an organization, we step into, okay, let us correct the messaging that the media, because a coach is a media between the growth of the child and the future of the child. If the media has a wrong information or wrong message, we're going the wrong man.
Sheng, when I was looking to talk to you and I was looking through your stuff,
yes,
I found that there was a program that you did in Durban for boys. Can you tell us a bit what happened? What was that about? Because I found that quite interesting.
We were normally moving around doing seminars, doing camps.
Yes.
We planned a camp. I started by doing a drug awareness campaign into 10 schools.
Yes.
Through those 10 schools in KZN, we identified boys that came to us.
Yes.
And then I was partnering with organization in KZN. So we decided, okay, let us do a camp. All those boys that we've identified in schools, take them to the camp. We approached the department. The department did what we did. They were going to fund everything. They pulled out at the last minute.
So Big Brother pulled out and left you by yourself?
Left me by myself.
Who helped you to finish up this thing?
It was individuals, people that they came on board because they had to go to know, this is what we are doing. If we're doing this, this is what we are lacking now.
Which department, by the way, that pulled out?
Social development.
Social development. The very department that is supposed to be helping you build these boys did not give you the support that you needed.
It did not give me the support that I needed. So they pulled out. I know it may seem wrong to figure, but that's the truth.
Yes.
They pulled out to us because they wanted to do things according to their specifics.
So they wanted to hijack your event and do it their way.
Their way.
Not the way that you had planned your event.
Planned it.
Could there have been a middle ground, maybe, or the two events were just too different?
It was too different because remember when we started by doing the school campaign.
Yes.
Identifying the boys, taking the boys. We've got objectives to achieve.
Yes.
So when you come to help me, not to change my objectives, to take your own objectives. So the clash was there. They wanted us to go with their objectives, not with what we planned in.
Give me the program for the Orlando for the camp. What did you guys achieve? Or what did you guys do?
Okay. In all our camps,
yeah,
we help boys to answer 5 questions that will help them.
I hope all of us as boys in this room will be able to answer those questions. Ask us. We should be able to ask because we are also fathers here.
So the first question, who am I? That speaks of your identity.
I am Big Daddy. Who are you? Are you a big producer?
I'm a Tonga man.
You're a Tonga man. Okay, Topo, what are you? Young man, what are you? We got the whole South Africa in here. Eh?
Yeah.
So
this is beautiful.
Our approach in identity, we break it down to say what your creator says. One, God says I'm a king.
Yes.
So that would give my perspective that I'm a king. God says I'm a chosen generation, which means I'm not a mistake.
Yes.
I am chosen.
Yes.
God says I'm a peculiar person. So I know what I'm different. I'm Nimin, and understand. God says I'm a holy nation.
Yes.
So second, God says I'm the light of this world. The second question that we help boys to answer, where do I come from?
Yes.
That talks about your background, understanding your background. I'm a Zulu person. What is my culture? What do I stand to gain? What is expected to me as a person as I'm growing? Because if I don't understand my background, I cannot understand where I'm going. So the third question that we help boys to answer, why am I here on earth? That speaks of your purpose. If you find your purpose as a person,
yes.
So we help boys to understand their purpose, because if they don't understand their purpose, they'll do anything that they want to do. And the fourth question that we help boys to understand, what can I do? That speaks of your talent, speaks of your gift, speaks of your education, speaks of your skills.
Yes.
And the last question, where am I going? That speaks of your vision in life. So we believe as an organization, if everyone can answer these questions, they shape their decisions. With, okay, since I know who am I, because the most challenging things is identity that we have. We've got a problem of identity, of not knowing who we are. Remember, the father gives identity to his children.
Yes.
So in the absence of a father, that's where we came in. So we introduced the Father God to say, I'm your creator, I'm your father. So this is what I say, you are my son.
Yes.
You are a king.
Yes.
You are this, you are this, you are this. So we are building this I am to a young man.
Yes.
When he steps to the world, does not look at the situation to say, I don't have a father, I don't have he need to know who am I.
So basically, you are making you are giving this boy an identity so that he knows who he is, so that he does not look for external what was the word? English data bundles. You know, they run away. He does not go outside and look for
validation.
Validation. Yes, that's the word. Validation. Yeah.
So the moment the person knows who he is. So for instance, I made most of the mistakes because I didn't understand myself. I didn't know myself. Who am I? But the moment my mentor stepped in to give me listen, boy, this who you are, this who you are. I believe so much in mentorship, because a mentor stepped in when the father was not around. He had already passed away. But when he was around, I had the privilege of have my father from the young age to the 20-year-old age.
Okay.
But there's nothing much that I have learned from my father because he was not around most of the time.
He was at work.
Even when as a kaya, that relationship was not there to say, no, I can call me time as I'm not feeling well. Because we know what this system, especially where I come from, if I want to something from my dad, I need to speak to my mom. My mom lies to my dad and understand. So that thing, it keeps my dad away from me because I cannot communicate with him directly. But that was then.
That's the cultural aspect of it. That I also wanted to put in this thing, Guti. Our boys, the fact that they are missing, or our men, the fact that we are missing in action, could that also have a cultural is that culture influencing us? Because Ubaba was not there, and when he was there, he was not there because you couldn't approach him. So is that culture that's getting us, or is that one of the things we need to assimilate out of our cultures? Because I think it's one thing that's holding us back as Black people, is that we don't have. And especially, I'm going to talk about the uneducated Black person, Wase Makai, because I kind of feel the clever Blacks have got it. You know, they are accessible to their kids and all. But Tina, Bomtab, we're not there for our kids, not because we don't want to, but because Guti Asi Gwazi Obaba did not relate to me that way. Therefore, how am I going to relate to Lomfana Ngalo?
You are right. When I was 20 years, my father wanted to have a relationship with me. It was difficult because I couldn't spend 10 minutes in the same room with him.
Because you're afraid of him.
I'm afraid of him. There's nothing to speak with him. He never spoke to me all these years, and understand. So now, I can say now, in his mind, he thought, okay, now this boy, he reached this age, I need to be
And it's too late for him because now I don't have a relationship with him. He want to, no matter to, I want to go and sit with your mom, with your sister. Come, let us speak as men. There's nothing to speak with him because from the tender age, we never spoke with him.
Hard to open up.
Baloyi?
Yeah.
Is it the same in the north?
Yeah, it is, I believe, from my side. It's a difficult one for me because you never find the time to speak to you, and it's uncomfortable speaking. You can't speak about anything. Even like, if, like relationships, if you're out and
I know you can't talk to your parents about
yeah, but that's where the most errors come from, because you don't talk, and, so nowadays I believe that for the clever blacks, as you mentioned, it's just we're too busy.
Yeah.
We know it, but we're too busy.
Yeah.
We don't make time.
Yeah.
And I think I also want to give a solution because I actually look at myself as a family man.
Yeah.
I said, how do I fix this situation as a man? And, I stumbled upon one book and I read from this author. He said, you know what, how I do it, like weekly in my house, I have a meeting to speak through the week and what happened. Or so the clashes.
Meetings, you have them at home.
Something like that. But imagine this, having it with your child, we'll speak about how the week went, any, disagreements or anything, even the good things. We need to have that. Having a relationship is my standpoint.
Okay.
Having a relationship.
Now, let me divert a little bit.
Yeah.
These young boys now, okay, this thing was there back in the day, but it wasn't as prevalent as now.
Yes.
These young boys are looking for sugar mamas now. They are busy chasing older women because they want to be taken care of by older women. What do we think is the cause of that? Is it because imisebenzi ayisekho for abafana? Is it that thing, Guti, now they've left school, so they're not useful to society? Or is that coaching thing where this boy has been trying to become a soccer player, but he's failed because he was seen to be a problematic child? Why are our young boys now looking for older women so that they can take care of them and so on? Have you guys you've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Of men who are being taken. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to catch some flack. A lot of my Xhosa guys do it.
Okay.
Especially where I'm from. Kabecha in the house. most of the guys from PE, and Cape Town. Those are other guys that they are known to be, looking out for women to take care of them. What causes these things? I mean, have we lost ubudoda bethu and as men, or it goes back to that boy who was neglected? Now he's looking for a mother figure.
I may not know exactly, but this is the lack that I see.
Yes.
To say, one, when we are growing up, you don't date an older person. There's a way that it's a situation ukuthi awukho indoni awuxoshi indoni eziphansi zibe zikhona esehlaseni. Secondly, there's a word that we use ukuthi ufuwenze njalo kwaZulu uyinkotha ngqoko. So
I'll translate it for the penny and the vendors and the
Chinese. So umuntu uyikhotha ngqoko. Ugqoko ila okudlela khona inyama yamadolo.
You don't lick your plate.
So now men, they've eaten the meat.
And when are you licking the plate?
So you come back to lick the plate. Yeah. So it was used as an awareness to a young man to say, you don't go for people who are older than you. They've taken what is there. So when you go after something that is not already has been taken up. So with those such things, they prevented most of us to say you cannot go for
an older person.
Yes.
Because you see with him, your age mate, they will laugh at you, I caught a ngqo. I'm not just saying, I know, don't mind that one. He caught a ngqo. So now we have those things, but now it's happening. It can be a financial status now, okay? The financial status contributed to all what is happening. But sometimes it may not per se a financial status. Take for instance, as a man, when I'm choosing someone, I need someone that we are in the same frequency of thinking.
Yes.
If it happens with that person is in a financial status, no matter how financial stable, but if we are in the same frequency of thinking, because I can see what, okay, can we relate? And I go for the person, but I may not know, but financial issue can be a contributor in some.
And I add into that, I also think, when a boy hasn't become a man, sometimes want someone to take care of them. So especially these sugar mamas who have everything in control. Actually, I believe some are still running away from that. They just want to be taken care of. They feel like, you know what, you're fine. And you run to the easiest equation. Get a sugar mama Mali who has everything under control. She just tells you. Actually, she becomes a man rather.
So you haven't let go of your boy status.
So you want you just want as long as right, but the fundamental, the foundation of it is because of that problem of you still being a boy, not a man yet.
Other thing, it's a calculation. You calculate, okay, let me step in. If I put my feet there, I can be able to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can put aside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know when the winter comes in the relationship, when I get out, at least I have something that will come and establish myself.
But that's tricky, though.
It's tricky.
It's tricky because it doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah. Now this thing was happening before.
Yes.
From women.
Yes.
They said, okay, no, I'm looking for someone to take care of me. Now
it's us.
Now it's us. Now okay. To say.
So
I told you, there are guys that I know. Okay, no, the person get into this relationship. So he's got that status when he come at auction, driving this car, coming
that he doesn't own.
Doesn't matter. I think the status. Umeqhamuka emajiteni akhe umuntu ophethe status not ubamba umema ubani, understand? And I'm ngumema ngabani. So what normally it happens, this older woman uneyintwana zakhe. So manje umenentwana uthola mhlawumbe intwana uyibona intwana engangami ezofuna ngithi time mama into intwana engangami yabona, so it being embarrassment to the children ukuthi how come mama ngade almost similar age none. So but to the question ukuthi I think the financial status is the most contributing factor. Okay,
now because of that, the financial, what does it do to the mental and the psyche of this? You remember, we are in June right now, right?
Yeah.
And June is
mental
health month, awareness month.
Yeah.
What is this doing to our psyche as men? But looking specifically to the young men, what do you think is going on here?
Okay.
Psychologically, I mean, they say aksafani or diafan.
No, aksafan. One is a depression to this man. Reason being, naturally, a man is a provider.
Yes.
Naturally, a man needs to be respected. So now, a value of a man, an identity of a man is linked mostly, according to our society, to the responsibilities of a man. It's my responsibility to support my family.
Yes.
Now I'm in this family. That responsibility has been
taken away
from me.
Emasculated.
So now I would say, maybe when a woman said, be a man, they know how being a man to provide. I can provide for myself. I cannot say I'll buy a car. I already have 2. I cannot say I'll give you the children. Maybe I've got 3. So now this man, all this responsibility have been taken away from him. It's not only the responsibility have been taken away from him, his identity as a man, his value as a man. That's why he might be driving a nice car, doing all these things from this woman. He's drinking too much. He's very stressed because now the value of being a man is not being respected in the house. Because listen, I'm telling you, you do this. Because listen, even what you are, from your shoes to your cap, it's me.
It's all mine.
It's all mine. So now the value of a person is no more there. It affects him mentally. Remember, this man, he may not be dating this woman only. He may have a girlfriend somewhere. All the frustration that are happening here, it can come out to that girlfriend. Girlfriend will say something,
and then it triggers.
It triggers what happened there.
Utugoko said this.
and the man give a slap. And the poor kid does not know what is happening. So all this frustration. Remember, the man don't have a place to speak out. Earlier
on, we talked. Like you told us about empowerment. So basically, the man is not empowered in this relationship.
He's not
the
empowered.
Young man, because we're looking at the young man now, is not empowered in this relationship. And or to put it into a better way, the father or his uncle in his relationship is in charge, and he's being treated like he's not empowered.
He's not empowered. There are things that if you're a man, you have to stand your ground. In whose house? You cannot stand your ground. It's not your house.
Yeah.
So now it goes to a frustration to him.
Yeah.
That is going to be buried. All the frustration that will be happening in the house, being treated like a child, because you become a firstborn to this person.
Yeah.
You become a firstborn.
When I wrote, we firstborn gabano.
I'm firstborn. I went in a structure. I think.
Or you following the structure?
Yeah, I think when the structure is fundiswe to the younger men, especially if you're running to ukoko for imali, you're removing removing the actual equation. If I take it back to the spiritual side or the religious side, God created a structure. He said the man must be the head. In other words, there's some qualities that you should have
as a man.
So you removing those qualities won't make you a man in that relationship.
Okay, but now, Rodney, how are you going to become that man when society has changed? Society is keeping you out the door. I'll give you an example. There was a time I went looking for a job at some radio station, and there were 3 candidates. 2 were men and 1 was female.
Okay.
I was the most qualified for that job, and I never got it. Now, if I didn't have another job somewhere, I'd be starving. And I wouldn't be starving because I did not have the requisite skills. I'll be starving because I was not a man. I was not a female.
Yeah.
So now take that and multiply it. There are many other boys out there who are trying to get into the marketplace, but they are not getting into the marketplace. And then, we spoke about drugs. There's another part that we haven't, and we spoke about alcohol. There's another part that we haven't included. These boys are also killing themselves.
Yeah.
Suicide amongst boys
is too high.
Is very high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, the question then becomes, what can happen in society, in the communities, or maybe, I don't know, like the HR managers that are the ones that are hiring. How can this balance be struck where you're not empowering one side and you're leaving down the other side? And the downside of that is that your child who's got the job has to go home has to drive home a beautiful car. And guess what? That young boy that did not get the job is standing in the corner like, I'm going to take that car. And if he doesn't take that car, he's going to rob her. And if he doesn't rob her and he's afraid of doing all those things, he's depressed, sitting in the corner, drinking, and then the voices in the head, and then he kills himself. You know, that's what we, Lendo, in your field as a mentor, what has your communication with these boys been like when it comes to suicide? And are we getting any help from Big Brother or?
No, there is no help that is coming from even Big Brother. And secondly, there are organizations that are helping. But I think the approach is wrong.
Okay.
Because the labeling is wrong. I wonder, when we say these boys, we exclude ourselves.
Okay.
The toning of it, to say, okay, these boys, it's different to say, our son, they need help.
Okay, the language, yes.
Yeah, the language of the help. Our son needs help.
Yes.
Second is no nyawupe. And understand, so we say, these are nyawupes. We don't see them as our sons. We have put the different lenses in looking into them. And we name them. Before I become a Nyawupe person, is in the school. The way even teachers...
He's dropped out of school already.
Okay, okay. He started from the school.
Yeah.
He's been hearing negatives about him from school. Go to the community. The same negative things. It become a Nyawupe. The same negative things. The problem is not in the boy. We are the problem as a society. That we have put the lenses are wrong in seeing them not as our children.
Let's correct it. Give me the correction. Now, Rodney. What's the lens? What are we going? Think of something. Let's correct it now. Let's fix it now.
The best way to fix it.
Yes.
One is the restoration of homes.
Yes.
Restoration of families.
Yes.
The structure of families. The second is to bring back the sense of love and respect. Because if I love you, I will not say something wrong to you. The third thing, we need to understand the power we have in our tongue. We create things by our tongue. So we create things to our children, whatever we say to them.
Let's be careful what we say to these kids.
Let's be careful to what we say. Even when at home, there are ways that have been coming out from home. This kind of cool, this. All those things, they have an impact in the near future in our children. The restoration of homes, and let fathers be present.
Let's find out. So that means then we need to find a way of keeping marriages together, because the reason we have single mothers, not only, but the big majority is the divorce rate.
Yeah.
I mean, the statistics say that 70% of women that are in marriages are most likely to break those marriages. So, Rodney, did you come up with something?
For me, I go back to what I've been saying, how to fix it. Structure.
Let's go back to the structure.
So structure at home.
Yeah.
Structures in our schools.
Yeah.
Structures at our workplaces.
Yeah.
And, grooming, human beings in a proper way, and, uniting as Africans or as just human beings.
Okay.
And learning, especially educated people, how to tackle problems. With problems, there are solutions, how to tackle, situations in our societies and in our homes and in our workplace. So I believe also, fixing relationships, at homes, marriage, as you spoke about, marriage is very important for me as a young married person. And I've learned that, fixing situations and don't let things grow without doing anything. It becomes a disease. Even in a workplace, if there's a problem, let's work on it. Let's see what programs or what we should do to sort the issues. You know, we shouldn't run away from these things. We need to deal with them. So that's my take. Solution is let's deal with it, and let's deal with it right now, and let's not, you know, prolong it.
I mean, my take is let's talk to the people that have got schools, the people that have got companies, the people that are raising, the single mothers. Treat your boys the same way, or no, not necessarily the same way, but treat them with a little bit more care, respect. Teach them to love. Teach them to be caring, but don't teach them to be too emotional, because an emotional man is a very dangerous man.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is with single mothers. They teach their boys to be emotional. They need to find a balance on the emotions. And I think also what we need to also get to, the HR managers, man. Hey, let's give these boys something to do so that we keep them off the streets.
Yeah.
Let's keep them in school. I mean, like you were saying, Shango, the name calling and the things, understand what it takes to alienate a boy child. And let's avoid those things. That's my take. Now, in us wrapping up this thing, what are your last takes on this? And by the way, if you want to continue with the topics and we want to engage also further and be part of the conversation, go into the comment section. And we're also on Twitter, and we're also on X, and we're also on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. Talk with Blaq. So, your final words.
Let's just be there. Let's be present. And let us tackle the problems in our society. And let's start from home and take it to work and schools. I think that's the best way, you know. Start small, but I think it will make an impact.
As my brother said, the another thing, we pushing to men to be there, but we don't break it down.
Why are we not there?
Man, before, why are we not there? What can I do as a man to teach my son? Because we don't know what, as a man, what is expected of me. If I say I'm giving a baton to my son, what exactly am I giving? This is what I can break it down. One, when I say I give my son a baton, one, I give my son my belief system. What is the belief system of our family? The second thing, I need to give my son my name, which means I need to protect my name to be a good name, because my name can be a padlock to close doors to my son. And my name can be a key to open the doors for my son. And the third thing that I need to give my son, I need to give my son my relationship. The people that I'm building relationship with them. Because sometimes you will meet, Mfana Mpumelelo, let me help you. But if I'm not relating well with people, go. There are people who are affected. And the last thing, which is not the second last, we need to start giving financial education to our children.
Yes. Preach.
Very, very important to say, if I may have got a business, let me bring my son close to me. Let him see how I do things, so that he will be exposed in doing things. And the last thing, we need to instruct our children. There is no instruction that we give to our children. So somebody will instruct them. So, but you cannot instruct someone that we have never trained. So this is the structure. From 0 to 5 is a teaching stage.
Yes.
From 5 to 12, it's a training stage. From 12 to 18, it's a coaching stage. Your child is exposed to the world. You need to be a coach to him. You don't do this. What does it mean? Because you need to be close to him. From 18 above, it's a mentorship stage. So that way you mentor your son out, okay, what does it mean this? Go and do this, go and do this, go and do this. You mentor your son, and then that way you instruct. We see this structure even in the Bible. David, before he passed on, he called Solomon, my son, give instructions. Know you're the God of your father. He cannot give instructions if he has not trained and teach and coach, which means he taught him, coach him, train him, mentor him, now give instruction to, okay, do this, do this, do this. We jump to the last stage to say, my son, do this, do this, do this, before teaching, before coaching, before mentoring, before
training.
We shall, Bab. We shall. All right. And my part would be, my part is I would like those that are training our kids to understand that we are all gifted differently. Yeah. We have people that are gifted with their hands. We have people that are gifted with their minds. And we have people who are gifted with their mouths. So these people are all not going to be trained the same way. They are all not going to understand the world the same way.
Yeah.
And all I ask for is patience, because I feel as if society is not patient with the boy child. In fact, what they've done is they've sort of cast them aside. This one, Yakub, is problematic. This one is a problem child. And so like you were saying before, I like those names, those name callings to just, come down. And for the single ladies, as I said before, do not teach your boys to be too emotional. Teach them about emotions. Teach them how to process emotions, but not to be emotional. Because as I keep telling, an emotional man is a dangerous man because he does not know the difference. So, South Africa, we've had a very big conversation and we've spoken about so many topics and so many things that pertain to our young boys. And we've tried to solve a couple of them. And we might have succeeded, but all we hope for is that you are engaging. As we say, brothers, let's talk. Mr. Buthelezi, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We hope to see you again
soon.
Mr. Baloyi.
Blessings, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me.